Imagine a car that costs millions of dollars, not a private jet, not a mansion, a car. This is the Bugatti Chiron, one of the most extraordinary hypercars ever created. With its enormous engine, breathtaking speed, handcrafted interior, and extremely limited production, the Chiron represents the highest level of automotive engineering and luxury. But here's the question: why does a Bugatti Chiron cost so much? Is it simply because it can go incredibly fast? Or is there something much deeper behind the price? To understand the answer, we have to look beyond the beautiful bodywork and discover what actually goes into creating a Bugatti. From its powerful W16 engine to its advanced engineering to the craftsmanship and rarity that make every car special, every part of the Chiron tells a story. And that story begins with one of the most remarkable engines ever placed inside a road car. At the heart of the Bugatti Chiron is something truly extraordinary: an 8.0-liter W16 engine. Unlike the engines found in most cars, the Chiron's engine uses 16 cylinders arranged in a compact W configuration. And it doesn't stop there. Bugatti fitted the engine with 4 turbochargers, allowing it to produce enormous amounts of power while remaining capable of being driven on public roads. The result is an engine producing around 1,500 horsepower in the standard Chiron. But producing that much power is only half the challenge. All of that power creates enormous heat and stress. So Bugatti had to develop sophisticated cooling, lubrication, fuel delivery, and engine management systems to keep the engine operating reliably. Every component has to work together at incredible speed. And this is one of the first reasons the Chiron costs so much. You're not looking at an ordinary production car engine. You're looking at an engineering project built around extreme performance. But putting a massive engine into a car is only the beginning. The real challenge is controlling all that power. At extreme speeds, every part of the Chiron has to work together. Its aerodynamic body is carefully designed to create stability while allowing the car to move through the air at incredible speeds. The carbon fiber structure helps keep the car strong while reducing unnecessary weight. Then there are the brakes. Stopping a car with this much performance requires an extraordinary braking system, capable of handling enormous amounts of heat and energy. Even the tires are specially developed to handle the forces created at extreme speeds. And underneath it all, the suspension and four-wheel drive system have to keep the Chiron stable and controllable. This is what makes the Chiron different. It's not one incredible component. It's thousands of engineering decisions working together to create one machine. But the Bugatti Chiron isn't only about speed and engineering. Step inside and the character of the car completely changes. The cabin is designed to feel more like a luxury grand tourer than a traditional race car. High-quality leather covers the seats and interior surfaces, while carefully stitched details show the level of craftsmanship behind the car. Carbon fiber and polished metal are combined throughout the cabin, creating a balance between performance and luxury. Even the smallest controls are designed to feel precise and substantial. And unlike mass-produced cars, the Chiron is built in very limited numbers, allowing an extraordinary amount of attention to be given to each vehicle. Every surface, every stitch, and every component contributes to the feeling that you're sitting inside something genuinely special. This is another reason the Chiron commands such a high price. You're not simply paying for transportation, you're paying for craftsmanship. But there's another reason the Bugatti Chiron commands such an extraordinary price: rarity. Bugatti never intended to build thousands of Chirons. The Chiron was produced in limited numbers, making it fundamentally different from an ordinary production car. When you see one on the road, you're looking at a machine that very few people in the world can own. That scarcity creates exclusivity. And for wealthy collectors, exclusivity can be just as important as performance. Bugatti also offered different versions and special editions with unique designs, materials, and engineering changes. These cars were created for customers who wanted something even more individual than a standard Chiron. The result is a car that isn't simply rare because it's expensive partly because it was deliberately designed to be rare. And that brings us closer to understanding the real value of a Bugatti Chiron. So, after everything we've seen, we finally arrive at the question that started this entire story. How much does a Bugatti Chiron actually cost? When the Chiron was introduced, its starting price was already in the millions of dollars, before adding taxes, options, and customization. But the price isn't simply a number attached to a luxury car. Think about what we've seen. First, there's the engine, an enormous 8-liter W16 with 4 turbochargers, producing around 1,500 horsepower. Then there's the engineering required to control that power, the aerodynamics, carbon fiber structure, high-performance brakes, specialized tires, advanced suspension, and sophisticated drivetrain all have to work together. Then comes the craftsmanship. The interior uses premium materials, carefully finished surfaces, detailed stitching, carbon fiber, and precision-machined components. And finally, there's rarity. Bugatti limited production of Chiron to just 500 cars. That means the Chiron was never designed to be an ordinary mass-produced vehicle. It was designed to be something exceptionally rare. And when you combine extreme engineering, handcrafted luxury, limited production, and heritage of one of the world's most famous performance car brands, the price begins to make more sense. But there's another important point. A Bugatti Chiron isn't valuable simply because it's expensive. Its value comes from what it represents. It represents a period when engineers were willing to build an enormous W16 engine, push automotive performance to extraordinary levels, and combine that performance with luxury and craftsmanship. It's a machine created with very few compromises. So is the Bugatti Chiron worth millions of dollars? For most people, probably not. But for collectors who value engineering, rarity, craftsmanship, and automotive history, the Chiron represents something very different from an ordinary car. You're not simply buying transportation, you're buying an engineering masterpiece, a piece of automotive history, and one of only a limited number of cars ever built. And that is the real reason the Bugatti Chiron became so expensive. Not just because it's fast, not just because it's luxurious, but because almost everything about it was designed to be extraordinary. And perhaps that's what makes the Chiron so fascinating. It isn't simply a car built to move you from one place to another. It's a demonstration of just how far automotive engineering can go.